Happy Monday. We are back with an 8-game slate. Let's talk some more basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back to talk some NBA action. A small losing weekend for us. Friday was the reason. Terribly unlucky. It was wild, but we're going to go over that recap in a bit. Luckily, we recovered a little bit Saturday and Sunday. But quick reminder, the MLB Best Bets video is out now. Go check it out. Coming off a nice winning weekend there, so hopefully we can keep that rolling into Monday. But any graphics you see in this video are from an app called OUTLIER, the best betting research tool on the market today. If you guys want to try it out, click the link below for a 7-day free trial. So let's get into it. I'm going to be honest, making 2 videos, I didn't have a ton of time for a great dad joke. So if this is bad, I apologize. Here we go. My wife blocked me on Facebook because I used too many bird puns. 2 can play that game. Alrighty. In this video, we're going to recap the weekend, and then we're going to go over the injury report and back-to-backs. And then we're going to talk defenses versus the point guard position like we do every Monday. And then, of course, we'll finish it with our best bets. And I also have one lean as well, and then end it with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we are on our way to 40,000 subscribers. Cannot thank you guys enough. All right, let's get it rolling. And that means it's recap time. All right, there it is, the recap. We start with one of the most unlucky days we've had. Anthony Edwards over 31.5 PAs, hits his face on the ground and plays 9 minutes in the first half and leaves to the locker room for the rest of the first half. He ended up coming back in the second half. Too little, too late. Cat over 40.5 PRAs, 2 fouls in 3 minutes, I believe, maybe 5 minutes, and then 3 fouls in the 11 minutes. He only played 11 minutes in the first half. When you have a 40.5 number, you're not going to get it done. Plus, he hurt his knee a little bit. He was playing through it, the whole thing. I had no chance on any of these bets, like 5 minutes into both games. And then Miles Bridges, you think, you know what? We're going to get a win because he has 7 rebounds and assists at halftime. Does nothing in the third quarter. Just said, you know what? I don't feel like rebounding. And he ended with like 10, I believe. So just a terrible, the one day I love my bets, I go 1 unit each and boom, 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 we get 3 losses. It just humbles you. But then again, we bounce back. That's what I wanted to see. We went 2-1 on Saturday. Justin Edwards continues to be a cash cow for us. On that broken line we had at 15.5. Keegan Murray under 2.5 threes. Easy winner there. Davion Mitchell over 15.5 PAs. Should have had a sweep. He ended on 14 and he went 2 for 8 shooting. All we needed was 3 for 8 shooting. That's it. But Sunday we ended with a nice 2-0 day. Dyson Daniels was the 1 unit play. Cashed that pretty easily. And then Devin Booker under 32.5 PAs. That was a terrible read. That was absolutely terrible. We won because of a blowout. The end, 2 minutes left in the third quarter. He has 31 and he gets taken out. It was like a 40-point game. By the way, I watched the game. And I wish I didn't. That was one of the worst performances I've ever seen by an NBA team. They have no heart, no hustle. The Suns were atrocious. I mean terrible. But either way, they decided to let Devin... It's like the whole Houston Rockets team had Devin Booker's points over. It was wild. Coming off a screen, they just let him take easy jumper after easy jumper. But again, we still win. Sorry, I'm rambling. I just like to talk about my bets in sports. So that's what we got for the weekend recap. Under tracker, 78 and 53. Overall record down there, 287 and 233, up 27.10 units. Let's hit that 30-unit mark this week. So that's what we got for the recap. Now let's talk the injury report. All right, here is the 8-game slate with the injury report. Again, this is the night before, so these things change constantly. Just wanted to hopefully give you a little heads up on some things. Kings at Pacers, Benedict Mathurin and Jake LaRavia both out. Heat at Wizards, Wiggins, Jovic, Koulibaly, Kaishan George, Malcolm Brogdon, Chris Middleton, all out. Obviously, Wiggins and Jovic are on the Heats. Heats, I don't know what I'm saying, are on the Heat. Clippers at Magic, Kawhi Leonard, questionable. Jazz at Hornets, you know the Jazz. Markkanen, Kessler, and Collins out. Sexton, questionable. If you don't know, LaMelo Ball is out for the season. Celtics at Grizz, the only one. Jaylen Brown, questionable. And then Bulls at Thunder, Giddey and Wiggins. Man, is Giddey on a roll right now, but they are both questionable. Huerter, Chet, and Steiner are all questionable as well. I know I mixed some players on different teams, but then Nets at Mavericks. Cam Johnson questionable, Anthony Davis probable, Gafford and Lively questionable. How about that? And then Rockets at Lakers, just LeBron James is probable. Those are the 3 teams on the back-to-back, with the Rockets only 5-10-1 ATS on 0 days rest. So that's what we got for the injury report. Now let's talk the point guard position. All right, we start with the defenses giving up the most points to the point guard position, and we got the Rockets facing Luka. The only matchup we have for points. Rockets surprisingly giving up the most points to the point guard position 27.1. Luka averaging 30.8. And then all the other teams and players that are in green are playing today. These are all stats in the last 30 days. Now, let's check out the rebounds. All right, we have one matchup here for the rebounds with the Bulls giving up 6.9 and SGA averaging 4.6. We got Giddy up there now playing the point guard position with Trey Jones out. 9.8 rebounds per game, just crushing it with Luka at 8.6. And you see the Lakers and the Nets giving up the most rebounds to point guards. So that's what we got for that. Now let's check out the assists. We got no matchups here, but still some stats to go over. Mavericks giving up the most assists to point guards in the last 30 days at 10.9. And then you see over there on the right, Halliburton playing at 11.2 today. So that's what we got for any over matchups. Now let's check out the tough matchups for point guards. And we don't have a ton of teams playing here, but fewest points per game given up, Warriors and Suns and Cavs. So Suns up there for fewest anything is surprising to me. But the Heat are playing today, giving up the 5th fewest points to point guards. And then 5 of the top 6 teams giving up the fewest rebounds to point guards are playing today, including the Magic at 2nd, and the Magic also 3rd fewest assists to point guards allowed. So that's what we got for all the research help with the point guard position. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Indiana where the Pacers host the Sacramento Kings. Pacers minus 5.5. Total in this one is 235. This first bet's a 1-unit play. Give me Domantas Sabonis over 36.5 PRAs, minus 110 on DraftKings. Now, if you're a last 5 guy, you're not going to like this. So he's played 6 games since injury. He is only over this line in 1 of the last 6. Not great, but one game was a re-injury, only played 12 minutes, doesn't really count. And one was his first game back. He shot 4 for 11. The other 3 unders, though, this is what I want to look at. Against Boston, Oklahoma City, and Orlando. Elite, very tough matchups there. So that's why I think we're getting a good buy low spot here. Last 4 games, still averaging 23.25 rebound chances, 7.5 potential assists, a little over 11 field goals per game. So the volume's still there, even in the tough matchups. But over the course of the season, Sabonis averaging 39 PRAs per game. Again, a nice buy low spot here for a guy coming off some really tough matchups. And now the Pacers play fast. If we want to talk about this one, it's a 235 total for a reason. Sabonis played Indiana already once this season. He had 42 PRAs, including 21 rebounds. That's right. Last 30 days, about an average matchup overall. Indiana's been average for points and rebounds allowed. A little better for assists allowed, but not too worried about that. He gets some dribble handoff assists and some easy ones, things like that. In 2 of his last 3 games, Sabonis went 3 for 12 and 4 for 12 shooting. That was against OKC and Orlando. Again, I expect him to shoot much better, have a better game here. Nice matchup. Good buy low spot. So give me D-Sabs over 36.5 PRAs as my first best bet. All right, this next one takes us out to Dallas, Texas, where the Mavericks host the Brooklyn Nets. Mavs minus 10. Total in this one, 220.5. I have an under. Give me the big man, Anthony Davis, under 14.5 rebounds plus assists, minus 130 on Bet365 as well as ESPN Bet. This is also a 1-unit play here. If you've watched AD since his return from injury, you know he's just not 100%. He's just not moving the same. He's played 3 games since his return. How about 9, 9, and 12 RAs, playing 26, 29, and 30 minutes. So he's not even really getting close to this, but here's why I love it. The potentials are brutal. Rebound chances, 8, 9, and 9. Potential assists, 6, 2, and 1. He is averaging just under 12 potentials per game. If you want a guy to get 15, he should be averaging like 23 to 25 at least potentials. It's just not even close. His line is 14.5. It's above how many potentials he even has. The only reason it's not a 1.5 unit play for me is that AD maybe becomes himself and dominates again. He has that potential, but I really don't see it here. In the matchup, last 30 days, Nets have allowed the 15 most rebounds to centers, to centers. He plays power forward as well. They're about the same there. Fewest assists also. They're just not a team that gives up a ton of assists to any position. AD just faced him a few games back, which is really what you like to see when you have a matchup already to go off of. 6 rebounds and 3 dimes. I mean, just has not been there. On top of all that, Lively and Gafford are questionable. If Gafford plays, that pushes AD a lot more out to the outside near the arc because he likes to play out there. He's going to play the 4 for the Mavericks. But either way, even if both of them don't play, I still like it because they haven't been playing anyways. So blowout potential as well with the 10-point spread here. I just don't know why this line is so low. I like it at 13.5 if you can get it there. Or if it goes down too much, maybe you take the under PRAs because his points line was at like 24.5, and he looks different right now. He looks a little broken. He has not been able to score or shoot the ball well as, either. So my second best bet, give me AD under 14.5 rebounds plus assists. Those are my 2 best bets so far. As my voice goes in and out, I cannot get rid of this cough that I have, but those are my 2 best bets. Before we get out of here, though, let's talk a lean. All right, I have one lean that I just want to talk about. It's Celtics team total over 119.5 or Celtics minus 4.5. I'm going to be brief. Grizzlies are a mess. They just fired their head coach. Their defense absolutely stinks. 21st in defensive rating last 5 games. They've given up 134, 125, 103, and 128 the last 4 games. The only one that didn't go over the 103 is the Jazz. Doesn't count. Celtics dominate by hitting threes. Grizzlies do the opposite of dominating. They cannot defend the three. Terrible matchup. As long as the Celtics have a pretty good shooting night, with or without Jaylen Brown, I think they can go over this line. So that's a good team total. Or if you just like them to win by 4.5, anytime I bet a spread game with the Grizzlies involved, I always get screwed. But I think the Celtics can take care of business here as well. So that's my one lean and my two best bets. But before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. The two best bets so far. Domantas Sabonis over 36.5 PRAs, 1 unit play. Anthony Davis under 14.5 rebounds plus assists, minus 130 for 1 unit as well. And then I gave out that lean. Any added plays, you guys know where they're going to be in the pinned comments below on X and on Discord. And then, of course, that MLB Best Bets video is out now as well. But thank you guys for watching, as always, and for the support all season long as we wind down the regular season and head to the playoffs. But hope you guys all have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you soon.